Jada Pinkett Smith's tell-all book is out, and Jaden Smith calls out his mom for lying. Folks are wondering, why would Jada spill so many family secrets in public? Is Jaden right that her mother is making up lies? Is Jada really ready to risk her close bond with her kids just to share her story? Let's talk about how Jaden calls out his mom for telling lies that are slowly messing with their family. So, Jada Pinkett Smith is really making the rounds lately. She's popping up on interviews and guesting on podcasts left and right. But is she just out there to promote her book, or is she using this to clear the air about what's in her book? Jada's relationships with her kids have been a bit rocky since she started her unconventional marriage journey with Will. How have these jaw-dropping revelations in Jada's book affected her relationship with Jaden?
Do you feel like you made the right choice?
Absolutely. I think at some point, I had to talk about.
Just a short context, Jada dropped some major bombshell that she and Will have been living separate lives for the past 6 years, but they are never going to divorce.
So we're trying to figure out what that looks like for us.
In case you don't know, Jada and the rapper Tupac were close friends. So, when Tupac's killer was arrested, Jada posted, "Now I hope we can get some answers and have some closure. R.I.P. Pac," because it's publicly known that Tupac and Jada were close friends back in the day. But according to Jada, Tupac actually proposed to her. Yep, marriage proposal. He popped the question, and even though they were super close, she chose to stay strictly in the friend zone. It happened when Tupac was doing time in Rikers Island for a sexual assault charge back in '95. He asked Jada to marry him. She thought it over for a bit, but had to say no. She explained it, saying, "He asked me to answer as soon as possible because his entire existence depended on me saying yes." Jada made it clear that she only saw Tupac as a friend. On the flip side, Tupac's buddy TK Kirkland has made it crystal clear that he thinks Jada Pinkett Smith is not telling the truth about her relationship with the late rapper. He straight up stated that Tupac never made any romantic advances towards Jada. Now, here's a twist.
That story, it never went down. Oh, Tupac. I know Tupac. Tupac wouldn't have been f***ing with you.
A letter from her daughter Willow, written when she was just 11, has surfaced. It goes like this. "Dear Tupac, I know you are alive someplace. I think that my mommy really misses you. Can you please come back? Can you come back so mommy and me can be happy? I wish you were here. I really do. Love, Willow." Now, the real puzzler is, how did Willow know about Tupac when she was born 4 years after Tupac's tragic passing? It's kind of a head-scratcher. And even though Jada was married to Will Smith, a guy who adored her and offered her the world, she continued talking about Tupac within her family. This even led her young daughter to write a letter to her mom's former flame, all in the hopes of bringing some happiness to her mom. This situation must have been incredibly tough, not just for Will, but also for Jaden, who's older than Willow, who then had already had a good grasp of what was going on around him. To put more salt in the wound, Jada called Tupac her soulmate in her memoir. That's a lot of layers to unpack. You know, being married to someone but openly calling someone else your soulmate in front of your kids? That's a pretty unusual emotional twist. How on earth could Will even begin to compare to a memory? How can he compete with a ghost? One fan sneered at Jada's actions, saying, "This is insane! First of all, who talks bad about someone they love, let alone your husband? Who airs out their dirty laundry to the world? And who in their right mind shows they have more love for someone who is dead than the one who is alive?" This user certainly makes a whole lot of sense. And another tough spot for Jaden in the family was when he and his dad were gearing up for a big 40th birthday bash for his mom. So, Will and the kids were getting things ready for Jada's 40th birthday. It was so grand the preparation started 3 years ahead. The day after her 37th birthday, Will shared with their daughter Willow that he'd brought in a team to plan an epic 40th birthday celebration for his wife. Willow chipped in and said, "I hired a documentary team. I traced mommy's family roots. Her 40th birthday was going to be my thing." Will even went the extra mile by getting R&B superstar Mary J. Blige to perform at the bash. But for Jada, the party turned out to be a bit too much. It had never before heard recordings of her grandmother played for everyone, and it left her feeling overwhelmed. She threw in some major drama and hysterically said that she just wanted some intimate family time. The whole thing escalated into a major blow-up, with Jada accusing her husband of making her birthday all about himself. As Willow looked at her dad with full sympathy, Will summed it up, saying, "Crushed, right? And to this day, I know I was crushed." It's tough when you think about Willow, Jaden, and Will in that situation. They went all out, planning a birthday celebration for the person they love the most, and yet, it all ended up feeling unappreciated. When they talked about it in Jada's The Red Table Talk, those who watched that Red Table Talk episode can't help but wonder why Jada seems to make it so difficult for the people who genuinely care about her. And with Jada and Will living separate lives, though they're not officially divorced, she's still complicating things for the family. You know, when a couple separates, it's always a tough situation, and it's even more challenging when there are kids in the picture. Even though Willow, Jaden, and Trey are all adults, it doesn't exactly make things any simpler. According to someone close to the family, Jada publicly exposing their family's dirty laundry just adds to the strain. They, especially Jaden, felt betrayed by her mother when she turned their private lives into a moneymaker, and the constant promotion of the book with all those intimate details just keeps reopening old wounds.
They can feel betrayed.
Yeah.
You know, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, because life is messy, you know, and so is marriage.
As per an insider who shared with Entertainment Tonight, Willow Smith and Jaden Smith feel bad for their dad with all the recent headlines about their parents. They, along with Will's son Trey Smith, also know he has been going through a lot lately, and this isn't helping. And wish some of their family's private matters remained private. As for how Will is doing amid this news cycle, he's trying to stay busy and has been hanging out with his good friends and his kids. He's trying not to let any outside noise impact him. Will loves Jada and feels like he has always had her back and always will. He has been trying to be supportive while also taking care of himself. Recently, Will actually posted this on Instagram.
Fun fact about me. I can take a nap almost anywhere.
With a caption, "Notifications off." Obviously, apart from being an outstanding actor, Will's sense of humor and his ability to remain calm despite any problems are top-notch. Rumor has it that what's happening, especially the stories and lies Jada included in her memoir, is taking a toll on Will and the kids. But they've kept their silence, and Will is showing he can keep his cool through it all. Fans seem to take notice, and one commented, "I feel so bad for Will. Jada is very self-centered. She didn't think about how any of her actions would affect her family and her husband. She hung him out to dry and humiliated him. He sat there a broken-hearted man while she got her moment. Jada's life is about Jada." For 6 long years, the family maintained their silence about their personal lives. Jada and Will went on living separately, and even with all the articles and gossip floating around during that time, Will, Jada, their sons Jaden and Trey, and their daughter Willow didn't utter a word. It was all kept under wraps until Jada dropped that bombshell in her memoir. According to an insider, they've been pretty obedient to Jada's timeline when it comes to spilling the beans on their marriage. And for 6 long years, Jaden has been dealing with a ton of stress. He couldn't be honest about his parents' situation, and every time reporters asked him about their marriage, he had to spin a tale. Reports are saying that these past 6 years have been a real roller coaster for Jaden, to the point where he even got into a few fights to keep their status under wraps. It's really been tough on him, and you can see it in his appearance. Lately, Jaden's physical transformation has been making waves online. Those early years of his parents' separation haven't been kind to him. Poor Jaden. To make things even more complex, Jaden and Willow, left the family home when Jada had an affair with August Alsina. They both moved out of the family mansion in Calabasas. According to Jada, this was mainly because they turned 18 and they had to move out. But fans were quick to note that their choice to leave happened at the same time as their parents' separation, which clearly played a role in their decisions.
Busy day today?
You're not a Twitch streamer?
Oh no, I am a Twitch streamer.
Are you streaming right now?
Yeah, is that alright, or I can turn the camera away? I know they're everywhere, right? Got a few of them, right?
Alright.
And just very recently, a streamer found Jaden Smith on a sidewalk in Japan, and according to him, he acted all weird. Well, could it be that her mother's memoir did more harm than good? Perhaps her mom is spinning a well-crafted tale, and there's no way for him to clear things up, so he's quietly taking jabs at her and subtly pointing out that she's quite the storyteller, right? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on all the latest scoops.